So according to Mike Scotto of HoopsHype and Charania of The Athletic, the Knicks, Lakers, and Jazz have been discussing a 3-team blockbuster trade that would land Donovan Mitchell in New York as well as Russell Westbrook in Utah. And the Lakers would be receiving several win-now veteran players that would really help LeBron James and Anthony Davis win another ring in LA. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys my mock trade that would be discussing the potential exact terms of this type of a deal that would happen later on this month. As it seems like this deal is definitely in the works, as all 3 teams are clearly interested in their returns. And before I continue with the mock trade, if you guys haven't already, quickly make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit that notification bell button not to miss out on more awesome New York Knicks content on the KNYT channel. And now with that all out of the way, let's get into the mock trade that would be a blockbuster deal for all 3 teams. So the New York Knicks would be receiving Donovan Mitchell as their new superstar shooting guard of the team with Jalen Brunson. And they will also be receiving Rudy Gay's expiring contract, and the Jazz will be receiving Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook, Evan Fournier, who are 3 veteran players on shorter-term contracts, as well as Miles McBride as a nice young player. And the Jazz would be receiving 6 future first-round picks, and 4 of them will be from New York, as well as 2 from LA. And then finally, the Los Angeles Lakers would be receiving Patrick Beverley, Bojan Bogdanovic, Jordan Clarkson, and Cam Reddish. And this would be such a big trade and so many moving pieces where I wouldn't even want to make a graphic design out of it because it would be so hard to read. But now let's break this down for all 3 teams and why each side would do this trade. So starting with the Knicks, they would be receiving, of course, Donovan Mitchell and a backup veteran player as a small forward or power forward in Rudy Gay. And I think that this is a pretty good trade for the Knicks because they do get rid of Evan Fournier's bad contract, even though it's only for 2 more years. And Derrick Rose's contract, which is an expiring deal that isn't too bad, is going to be also sent out to Utah as they are seeking that type of a contract as well. And even though we all would love some Derrick Rose as our New York Knicks backup point guard, I think that it would be necessary to get this deal done with him being included, and I don't really have a big problem with that. Especially if it means that we could save a few picks as well. And the 2 young players that the Knicks would trade in this deal would be Miles McBride and Cam Reddish, who are 2 players I definitely like, but definitely not as much as Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickley, or Obi Toppin. And they would have to be included because I'm pretty sure that Utah would not accept a deal where at least 1 young player is not included from the Knicks. And the Knicks are only going to be trading 4 future first-round picks, and 2 of them being protected and 2 unprotected, which would be a pretty good get for Donovan Mitchell if you ask me if it would be the Knicks. But the Jazz would still get their 6 wanted first-round picks, as 2 of them would come from the Lakers in 2027 and 2029, as Mike Scotto also reports that it would likely take that to get the Lakers to remove Russell Westbrook's expiring contract. And for the Utah Jazz, they're going to be freeing up a good amount of cap space by taking on Russell Westbrook's expiring contract and likely buying it out, as Mike Scotto suggests. And Derrick Rose's contract is also expiring in a year with a team option. So the only contract that is considered bad and not expiring next year, but only in a year later, is Evan Fournier's deal, but that's definitely not a bad contract to have, and definitely not one of the worst ones. And the main reason the Jazz do this deal is that they get 6 future first-round picks that are pretty good picks in my opinion, as some of them are from 2027 and 2029 from the Lakers, with LeBron likely retiring until then, and who knows what happens with AD and his injuries. And 2 more unprotected first-round picks from the Knicks in 2023 and 2024 or 2025, and another 2 protected picks from teams like the Washington Wizards, who are not going to be too great as well. And a pretty nice young prospect in Miles Deuce McBride, who could definitely develop into a very good point guard in this league, and is a very good defender for his age already, and his jump shot is definitely developing. And this deal would definitely allow the Utah Jazz to be tanking for next season, as they could have a legitimate chance at landing a superstar young center in Victor Wembanyama that could be their next draft. And the Lakers would clearly do this trade to land win now veteran players and to win at least 1 or 2 more championships with LeBron's remaining years on the team and with Anthony Davis hopefully healthy. And players like Jordan Clarkson, Patrick Beverley for his defense, and Bojan Bogdanovic for his scoring will definitely help out the Lakers with shooting and playmaking abilities. And Pat Bev has always wanted to be a Laker and now could be his opportunity. And the Lakers also get a nice young player in Cam Reddish who has a ton of talent but just couldn't stay healthy last season. And he has an extension year coming up, so he'll definitely need to go hard, and I'm sure he will next season, which will help the Lakers' chances of winning a title. So with all that being said, I would like to hear in the comment section down below from you guys and tell me who you think would win this trade and your overall thoughts about this 3-team blockbuster deal, as it reportedly seems like a very real possibility to happen. And if you guys did enjoy this video and want to see more New York Knicks content like this, including news, rumors, updates, and even mock trades like these, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and it's been KNYT here, and I am out. Peace.